What up, what up, what up? Bankroll Tim bedded up. Still on this Landau, y'all. I had a wedding this weekend I had to go to out of state. Went and did that. Weather has still got my allergies jacked up. But I got her setting down, adjusting the height, adjusting the rear suspension, adjusting, a few things, thinking about what I have to do. I wrote a whole checklist on every little thing that I have to do. Still got to put the brake lines on the back, fit those of course, which I do a hard line from the hose of the car to the T, off the T, a hard line to the caliper, and I have a fitting that goes in the caliper, which I got some on the wall over here. I know I've shown them before, but I'll show the part number. So that way you guys don't have to buy the braided and stuff like that. So, All-Star has this, boom. So this fitting right here, which you can see, hopefully it focuses, adapter fitting. So it comes in a 4-pack, you only use 2 of them for the back. But that threads right into the caliper, and then the line, 3/16 standard, goes right in that side. So that way you don't have to buy, the braided kit. And I don't know why I got these sitting all the way over here, but whatever. But that, I need the other 2 that are in, or no, those 2 are for that car. I got to get another set for this car. That's another thing. I could have had those back brakes on already. I just been trying to focus on getting this done and dealing with all the other shit. So, got to throw the drive shaft in it. Correct some pinion angle. Got a little bit of negative pinion angle. The caliper is a little close to the frame by a hair. So, like I said, the car already has the 4 stock rims and tires in the trunk. So there's some weight in there. So with me on there, I'll put my knees on the bumper and I'll bounce the car up and down. Really, really, really hard it'll hit, like barely tap. So either I take the rear and back apart, which the cover's not on it, the juice ain't in it. I can pop the bearings and seals back out of it, cut the ends off, and clock them down a little bit more. Or I could frame notch right there for the caliper, just a little bit. Or I can adjust the pinion angle to about a 0, which, make the upper arms longer, make the lower arms shorter. I had to lengthen the lower arms to be able to get the wheel on without cutting the car, because like I said, I don't cut that part of the car. A little bit down in that black area, boom. That screw right there on that one, on the bottom. The other side I put up a little higher. I'm gonna put that screw up just a little bit higher. Pre-drill a hole, put that screw right back in it. But the wheel clears the frame, everything. There is the 1/4-inch spacer behind the rotor due to the brake offset and how I narrowed it. So the axle tube is actually, let's see, how do I say it? The axle tube is a pinch shorter than the brake offset, which the rotor needed to come out some to get off the frame. Because of the narrowness of the frame to the inside of edge of the rotor to rotor, it was very tight. So I was originally thinking I'd have to put a 1/2-inch spacer on this car to set the wheel exactly where I want it. The wheel is actually set perfect right there. The rims are not touching the frame. They're not touching the tubs. Nothing. They're not touching. Look, I can take my hand all up in here. You guys know I don't have no little girl hands. But tons of room up in there. If I can get up in there. So brake lines on the back, bleed the brakes, adjust all that, figure out which way I'm gonna change that caliper issue. It may work just the way it is. There's no compression set right now. The shock is moving freely. So with a little bit of compression setting, with a little bit of, it's got a negative pinion right now, a little bit of a 0 pinion would straighten it out too. Like I said, I'm 260, 270 pounds, and me jumping up and down basically on the back bumper, which you wouldn't feel going down the road like that. But I'm gonna check it all out. The front, the alignment, I started just messing with it right now before adjusting height. So like I keep saying, you can see I adjust the back out, put more shims in the back, which will pull the top of the wheel in and back. Original motor, guys, original motor. 1981. So, you had to bring the top of the wheel in and the wheel back so it gets off there. But what I'm gonna do right now is, I'm gonna take the car up in the air. I'm gonna adjust the height a little bit. See where that gets me. So I'm gonna go over the alignment stuff, tighten up the tie rods, inners and outers, put the counter keys and shit in there, the ball joints, counter key them, get all that ready. I gotta get a couple new tubes of grease. My grease gun is out, and I thought I had some other tubes around here so I could grease everything. The anti-roll on the back is not greased yet. It's on the list though that I gotta get. But you can see how goofy that looks right there. The chrome just looks goofy. I think somebody put it on, and when they put it on, I don't know what they did there. They did something goofy. Like it's got a flat spot in it or something. But the wheel's turned. The tire is touching the wheel right there. So of course the car couldn't sit at this height. So the front has to come up some. And then to keep it from floating like a boat and rubbing, just put a little more compression in the coilover. That control, the compression is the control of how it goes up and down, easy or tight, you know. I got the rest of the interior stuff in there. I gotta put the panels back on in the back, the upper panels on. My son took that seat belt section out, which didn't need to come out, but I gotta put that back together. Put the back seat back in it. When I did a little bit of spray foam in between the tub and the original tub, outer tub, and the mini tub. I did a little bit, but I had the can splat the back window, so I can take a razor inside, scrape that shit off, which doesn't have heat in the glass. It's fine. You can see a chunk right there. Oh, that's on the inside. So, some cleaning, you know. Windows are dirty. But yeah, slowly but surely. You know, everybody's like, just hurry up and get the damn thing done. What the fuck? Both sides, same offset, same gap. Measure from the trim into the top of rim. Boom. As you can see, everybody, I have this car with the wheel way in more than everybody else. That's all I'm saying. The farther in, the better, the more clearance to the outer tub. The way the wheel sits, the way the car will be able to go lower. So I could actually set this car lower than this. Obviously, with fixing that caliper issue, which it might not even be an issue. I'm just probably overthinking it right now. A little bit of adjustment here and there. You can see that front wheel, you know, I haven't touched that alignment at all. So, the car is coming along very, very, very well. I know you guys have seen underneath it. Let's see if this light, the light's not on, but let's see what we can get right here. Yeah, you can get a little bit. Oh. The metal part of the brace underneath the pumpkin, I had cleaned the rear end out with brake clean, and of course the brake clean went on to there, and I took the paint off, crinkled the paint up, whatever. So as of right now, I do not have any more paint. So I gotta get some paint. But yeah, somebody said something about waiting this long for a job. I don't know. They don't know if they could do that, this and that. I've said it over and over and over. I was behind due to things not getting done on time, due to me hiring people and things not getting done. So me, myself, I've gotten how many cars caught up to this day in the last year. You can check my IG, you can check my YouTube, check all that. You can see how many cars I finished myself and touched every piece of the car myself. Broke it down myself, fabricated it all myself, dealt with the people that I had to deal with at the time of it, pulled in a quick job to do a rear end there or a rear end by itself, like, you know, this one here. And the 9-inch is still sitting right there that I have to get done. I know I've said it on my videos, but I have to get that 9-inch done. But this is priority right here. This car is priority. Second priority right now is the dunk. Everything is here. Third priority is the Bonneville. It's been back and it's been here a couple months now since it's been back. Excuse me. So that once I'm able to get on it. So Landau, finish up all this little stuff, little knickknacks here and there, boom. Get the brake lines on the front, get the brakes bled. Then it's gonna be test drive time, like I said. I wanna go ahead and put some spark plugs in it because the spark plugs are all fouled out. Get this on there, same lift, boom. Get the dunk on there, get the rear end all taken apart, notched, bolted together, this, that, painted, whatever. And that one can go. And then the Monte Carlo, which is sitting outside. I mean, it got pulled out today and pulled back in. I don't need anybody can confuse that. It's a little chilly out. It's cold, rainy, whatever. I just want to keep the door shut today. The Monte Carlo, right after this, will go on this lift. I have a buddy that's going to help me out. He's going to come in and he's going to tear the suspension and everything out of it. So while he's tearing the suspension out of the Monte Carlo, I will notch the front frame of the Bonneville. Get that notched, get it plated in, get it painted up, and then, like I said, all the parts are right there, everything. I can get that thing together pretty quick, so that way, hopefully this don't fight me no more right now. This shouldn't fight me at all. Rear and narrow, front end alignment, a basic alignment, because it still doesn't have the trans and shit in it, but be able to have all the 6s on it. I'm pretty sure the skirts are in there. They'll clear. That won't have a problem, but I'm pretty sure they're in the car. I'll put the skirts on it. And, yeah. But with these out of the way, by the end of the month, hopefully, maybe into the first week of the month, be totally done with these old jobs. So then the last one that will be in here will be this one. But I'll be able to have this thing down because I'm not going to have nothing else to come in except for I'll set up whoever I got coming in next, which I have a Cutlass from Mississippi, and I'm pretty sure he'll be watching. He's the one that, you know, I've been dealing with the most, the longest. I got Candy Red Cadillac. That's just some quick shit. The Mississippi Cutlass is rear end change, stuff like that, full suspension, which he's been dealing with me for months. He bought everything. Actually, it's probably even longer than that. I know I always say months, but probably even longer than that. That would be coming in. There's some other guys, quick little stuff here and there, some frame notching, some quick shit. But I'll have both these lifts back open to where, you know, a full suspension job and a quick frame notch, front and back job or whatever on that. And then I'll be able to come over here, like I said, with this thing down. I'll be able to cut this horrible ass back frame out of it. The steel will be used for something later on, you know, some maybe building a bench or table or a rear end stand instead of building everything on here. I could have the rear end stand, because when you're building the rear end on here, you don't have nothing to really grab it to where you can cut the ends off and grind all the stock mounts and all that shit off. So if you got a rear end stand, you know, you can make it hook in there and you could weld the rear end to it, and then you can sit there and grind the ends, clean it, you know, good. But yeah, all that'll be out of there, and then everybody can talk shit to me about this car and how long it's been here and this and that, and I'm one guy and blah blah blah, you know. But yeah, this thing is moving pretty good, down to the last little things to take care of. So I've been here early today, which today is Monday, the 12th of September. So my videos are normally put out the same day that I record them most of the time. So I'm gonna get to cracking on this, I'll be here late tonight, get as much done on this as I can. I don't want to feel like I'm being rushed. I hate that feeling. There's a lot of guys that keep calling. There's a lot of guys that comment on my IG and thinking that I don't want to deal with them and their money's not good enough and stuff like that. Well, I don't want to set up something with you and then turn around and I can't make it a drop-off date. Yeah, and then it makes me feel like I'm rushing on this car or that car, and then overlook little stupid things, and then it causes a problem. That's been one of the things for the last few years, And I got everybody calling, and I have the shops calling too. Yes, you guys heard that from me. The shops that call, and they need help, and they ask for help, and they've asked for help for years, and I help them. I help all these shops. They need to know how to do this. They need to know how to do this, or how to run through this, how to run through that. Here, this is an easier way to do it. They got an okay way. Here, this way, try. Boom, they like that way. They try it that way, or whatever. Boom. I help everybody out. Even the ones that hate. When they're hating out there on the street, or they're hating at the car shows and shit like that, they still call me. They still ask for help. I still give them help. So, I'm not as big as an asshole as I come off to be. But Bankroll Tim, bet it up. Y'all see my number one fan. My number one fan. That motherfucker ain't running today. I think he's got an attitude problem today. Number one fan. I have to slap him around or something. No. All right, y'all. Man, I can't really think. I know you guys are seeing the same shit over and over. A lot of you are getting tired of seeing the same shit over and over. But I'm trying. I'm working. But this Landau should, be something. I see a lot of people sharing Dub Deuce's box Chevy that he's doing right now, which I'm not sure what size lip that is that he's got. I mean, this is a 9. They call it a 9-inch lip. That is like 9.5 inches. I don't know if his is the MTW that's got the 10-inch lip, but it's still 12 overall, or 12 inches wide, 13 overall. I don't know if he's going to reframe the back of his car or if he's going to make the frame rail as thin as I made the frame rail on this. I don't know. I haven't seen the pictures. I've seen other people sharing the pictures. This one, I haven't seen anybody sharing the pictures, other than the owner. I don't know. Maybe it's the wheels. People don't like the wheels. I think the wheels look good. I think they look real good. I don't think the camera or the pictures do it justice for how it looks. I mean, I got the wheel stuffed up in there and sitting so far in the wheel well that it really don't look like an 8. I mean, that's an 8. It really doesn't look like, some angles it does. But when you're used to, like that wheel on the back, how it's sitting. I don't know, I'm showing. Yeah. To the dude that did the cartoon or whatever that drawing is of this car, or video game stuff, computer imaging thing, whatever it is, the wheels, the car looks good. It's that cartoon figure, whatever you guys call it. But they're a little too big. That would be like this car with like some 30s or 32s on it. But it still looks killer. And you got it to a T, basically, with the look of the wheels and all that. A lot of people are like, oh, they like the stance. Well, that's not the stance in the front. Like I said, it can't sit that low. That's actually touching the inner wheel well right now. So there's a little bit of weight touching right there that once I twist it up. So I'm gonna get this front height set, leave the back where it's at right now, and set it back down and see what it's gonna start looking like. I hate that my shop is so congested. There's shit everywhere. I can't get you guys the look that I'm trying to get, but the angles and shit like that. And again, I do everything by myself. I answer the phones when I do. I talk to people when I do. I set up everything. I figure out all the measurements. I get all the parts. I put everything together. The brakes, lock, tighten it all. The knots on the frames, the fabricating, the steel. I do it all myself. One person. There's so many cars that I've done myself. Every inch of the car myself. My son helped me out with this car, did some tacking in the tubs and everything until he broke his hand that other day. Now he has been wearing his brace. He did finally start school. We got him into this academy thing. So that's a little bit of a relief right there. A little bit of weight lifted off my chest. He's got a bus or a shuttle company that picks him up every day. So, anyways. All right, y'all. I'm just gonna ramble. But this is a very, very clean car. Very clean car. You guys can see right here. Somebody was asking about the trunk hinges. You see right there, boom. The trunk hinges. This car has the shock absorbers for a trunk hinge instead of having those springs that go across from hinge to hinge. So it's got a little square piece on the bottom of the shock, how the shock goes in and out. There's a little square piece on the bottom of the hinge, and it touches the passenger top of the tub just a very, very little bit. I could actually get in there and trim a little hair off of there, you know. But the trunk lid. Oh, I took the keys out. Normally I have the keys sitting in there. Trunk lid opens and closes fine. Of course, you guys know the car's gonna go get painted. What do you guys suggest? I think the color is raw. Maybe throw a little twist to it, put a little pearl or something in it to make it, you know, more today's. But the color with the wheels, I think, is raw. That cartoon drawing of it that's on IG is raw. So I think he is putting the other taillights in it and the other header panel on it, because obviously this 81, you know, 81 to 85 was this taillight and tail finish panel. 86 was the first year of the composite tail panel that, you know, the nice lights that everybody goes to. And then this front header, of course, you guys know, it's a 4 headlight front end. And then you go to the 87 clip, which is 87 is the first of the composite headlight, you know, the single headlight. So he's got a storage and he's got a whole bunch of parts. So I think that's what he's doing with the car, but not sure. Of course, it's a true Landau. So, but yeah. All right. I'm gonna get to cracking to get this thing done, so that way I can get it test drove in a couple days here. And that's where we're at. All right, y'all. Bankroll Tim, bet it up. Appreciate y'all. I think I just about to hit 11,007 K on subscribers. View time, view duration is okay. I know I just talk too much, shit like that, but I appreciate everybody, you know. Appreciate everybody. I even appreciate the haters, you know. Get on there, comment, talk some shit. Fuck it. I'm a good guy, you know. I got a sense of humor. All right, y'all. Bankroll Tim, bet it up. And I'm out.